order to be a sales rock star, you have to be able to overcome any resistance that comes your way. We're going to listen to today an actual sales call that I did. I'm going to give you a background story on it so that you understand exactly what happened prior to this recording. So I had a sales agent that had dealt with this individual. This individual was a lawyer. He was paying about $700 a month for his group insurance plan. The agent had figured out that he could come off of the group insurance plan and go on to a Medigap supplement plan. He was over the age of 65. Him coming off the group insurance was not going to affect his spouse because he was the only one on the group insurance plan. So that had already been predetermined. The agent had already had a phone call with this individual. The lawyer had actually emailed him over a copy of his group insurance plan, and the plan was identical to the Medigap supplement plan. So apples to apples, he had the exact same coverage as that of a Medigap supplement plan, but he was paying $700 a month for his group insurance. The Medigap plan was about $95 a month, if I can recall. So this was the second call that this agent had with this individual. So it got to a point in the phone call where the agent was having a problem closing the individual. So I decided to take over the phone call. And so here is me on this phone call with this individual. And you're going to see as I get to the banking information how there is an abrupt resistant stall to giving me the banking information. I'm going to pause it at certain times during the phone call so you can listen to my reaction, what I'm thinking of when I'm on the phone. But something really important that I've talked about before. In sales, the word process is such a magical word. The word process subliminally tells someone that if they want to get what you're offering, this is how it's going to work. Instead of abruptly telling somebody that, hey, this is the only way it's going to work, the word process does it for you in a very nice way. I've seen a lot of sales agents when they're asking for banking information, when the prospect puts a stall or a resistance up, the agent will really focus on, well, this is the only way it's going to happen. This is the only way insurances do it. You have to do it this way. And it's very, very transactional, where the word process subliminally is telling the person that, guess what? This is the way that it happens, but it's a very nice way of actually doing it. So I want you to pay attention, because you're going to see on the screen, each time this individual says each time I say to this individual the word process, what it's doing is it's subliminally moving that individual down the line to be able to give me his banking information. So here I am on the phone call with this individual. When I took over the phone call, this individual went into the manager's office, and these were the words that the sales agent said to the manager. Once I hit some resistance, he told the sales manager, Greg is not closing this call. And the sales manager told him this. He said, you might be right, but one of two things is going to happen. Greg is either going to close this individual, or the individual is going to hang up the phone. Those are the only two options. So let's jump into this phone call so we can listen to it live so you can see exactly the reaction.
So the beautiful thing is, while that's working so that we have a response back from them as far as their decision, that's also giving you time to reach out to Blue Cross as well to find out on their end of it moving forward. So we'll basically be hitting one bird with two stones. So
perfect.
Okay, and then if you can do me a favor, if you can grab me your checkbook or whatever account that you want to use with them starting in September. We do have to put the banking information in there, but as I mentioned to you, nothing will be drafted.
I think I'll wait on that one until I get something in writing.
Yeah, let me stop you right there. Not possible. This is not how the insurance works. We're submitting it.
So I'm going to stop it right here. A sales rock star takes control of the conversation. So hear what I said to him. Let me stop you right there. That's not possible. So I took control of the phone call by doing that. When I said those words to this individual, I was prepared for the reaction that he was going to give me. I was expecting a big time pushback to that, which I was prepared for, but you have to do that as a sales rock star. You have to be able to take control of the phone call because I already knew what this individual was paying. They're paying $700 a month. Here we're looking at something that's $95 a month for the exact same coverage. We'd actually shown this individual exactly. So the facts were available that showed that, hey, he was getting the exact same thing for $95 a month. So right now I've stopped it. I've now stepped up to the plate and I've said, okay, that's not possible. And now let's listen to his reaction to that statement.
An application to the insurance company for them to review. They will not review an application without some form of payment.
Okay, let me be very clear. I've had good conversations and everything else, but honestly, I don't know you guys from Adam. I'm not going to give out my banking information over the telephone. It ain't going to happen until it's like in the ether. So.
Stop it right here. I knew right there at this second that I was closing this individual. I knew he was giving me his banking information right here. You can rewind this and listen to this again. Why did I know that he was going to give me his banking information? If you rewind this and listen to it, the individual started stuttering. So sales is psychological. You have to listen very intently to the other person. You have to listen to exactly everything that's going on the other end of the phone. So I heard him stuttering. That's someone that's not sure of their decision. What they were telling me was this: prove to me why I should go with you. Prove to me why I should give you my banking information. So when you're in sales calls and you're listening for this and you're hearing somebody doing this to you, listen very intently, because right now, he's not telling me no. He didn't say, there's absolutely no way on God's green earth that you're getting my bank information. This call is over with. Now, it doesn't mean that I can't overcome that. But when I start hearing those little things like that where he's stuttering, he's not so sure, he's wanting me to step up to the plate and go, you know what? You're not dealing with the Lounge Act. You're dealing with an absolute sales rock star that cares about you, that wants the best for you and your family. So let's go ahead and listen.
I don't know you guys, and so I'm not just going to hand that out.
So two things, because I'm here to work with you, not against you. Okay.
Okay.
So you just heard that statement. You have to put that in your repertoire. This is such a key statement. I'm here to work with you, not against you. I've talked about this in other sales videos. It's a very powerful way of saying we're on the same team, guys. I'm here to work with you. I'm not here to work against you. I want what you want. And that's what that statement does. So there's certain things during this phone call right now that allowed this individual to know, you know what? I'm not out to get you. We're on the same team here together. Let's work together on this so that you get exactly what you need. So if you're not using this in your sales presentations or in your sales process, make sure to make that a part of it. Whenever you start hitting some resistance or some stalls, hey, just quickly, I'm here to work with you, not against you. We're teammates. This is a relationship. It's not a transaction.
Okay. We've sent you emails. I know you received them. You know who we are. Okay. You've given me your Social Security information, which is much more important than anything going forward.
Yeah,
banking.
And I sort of regretted that right 2 seconds after I did it, but that's okay.
Absolutely not. You're dealing with the most reputable.
So here, I mentioned the fact that he's already given me his Social Security information. And then he realizes right then, no, I wish I hadn't done that, but I already did it, so I just kind of moved along. So here he's saying, hey, I regret having to do that. So that was another key moment in this phone call where it was my job to step up and go, absolutely not. You did the right thing. You're dealing with the most reputable company out there. You're dealing with the most reputable sales agent on the phone with you right now. So I had to stop him and comfort him right now. That's that caring attitude that you have to have in sales. Because I wasn't treating this as a transaction. I was treating this as a relationship. Even though this was the only time I ever talked to him, I jumped on a second phone call to talk to this individual. I made him feel like I was on the same team with him. I cared about him, and I wanted the best for him. And so that's where I jumped in and said, absolutely not, you made the right decision.
company in the country when it comes down to the supplement plans. You know who we are. So again, at the end of the day, moving forward, you've gotten emails from us. You see our logo. You see our website. I mean, we're MedicareMedigap.com. I mean, you've got Medicare.gov. You've got SocialSecurity.gov. You've got MedicareMedigap.com. I mean, I know that you've been hearing everybody behind me in the office talking because we are a very, very large company when it comes down to the supplemental plan. So, I mean, here's the process with the...
So right now, you've heard the first word, process. So here's the first time I use the word process. And I want you to look on the screen, because each time I say the word process, you're going to see that number move. And I want you to see by the time this conversation ends, how many times I've said the word process. I'm not going to tell you. I want you to actually hear it each time when you see the number actually change. That's how powerful the word process is in sales. Not just Medicare, but any type of sales. The word process is such a subliminal word that actually helps the conversation move forward and lets that person know this is how it's going to work in order for you to get what you want to achieve. So I've just said the word process for the first time.
Insurance companies is that we go directly to the insurance company with you. We submit the application. We will go ahead and get an email from the carrier that it has been submitted, and then also at the end of the day I will be giving you your policy number so that you can write that down before we get off of the phone, and then you will be getting a follow-up phone call back from us tomorrow to do the telephone interview directly with Cigna.
Well, that's all fine and good, but since I'm not paying a penny to anybody right at this second, I don't see the point. What's the point?
This is the process.
I don't understand why you need my bank account number.
So I stopped it right here. I always tell sales agents, I tell people this. There's only two reasons why people don't buy. And the two reasons people don't buy is this. They either doubt or they don't understand it. Those are the only two reasons. He just said, I don't understand what you're doing, what they need with the banking information. He actually verbally told me exactly what it was. He didn't understand. So in order to remove doubt or don't understand, you have to provide facts and you have to tell stories. That's the way you overcome doubt or when somebody doesn't understand things. So here I am going down the facts. I'm telling them the facts of exactly why the insurance company needs it. I'm telling them the process the insurance company uses. And I'm also using stories as well to help remove that don't understand and facts to remove the doubt. So you'll see that I go back over the process actually 3 times with the individual. Remember, this is a lawyer. So he's listening intently as well. As lawyers, they're listening to every single thing that somebody is saying to see if their story changes. Here's the thing, my story never changes. Each time I go back over the process, it's the exact same story. And each time I've done that, it's subliminally telling him, you know what, this person is not lying to me. They have not embellished anything. They have not exaggerated anything. They've gone back over this several times. They've gone back over exactly what they've said. So let's continue with the phone call.
Bank account number.
Paul, I don't need your bank account number. I don't want your bank account number. Cigna, that is their requirement, as well as all the insurance companies. I mean, when you submit an application for Medicare supplement plans, you just can't submit a blank application, to an insurance company. I mean, they would be getting 1 million applications for people that weren't serious, that didn't want the insurance. I mean, these companies have to pay a ton of money to their underwriters, things like that.
But what do they go do with my bank account number?
So what they do is this, is that once the application is submitted, if you're approved for the insurance, at that point they have the mode of payment to go ahead and start using. I mean, they're not going to chase people down once they've pulled prescription reports, they've looked at their medical information bureau history, they've paid underwriters. At that point, to give somebody an approval, then to try to be calling them to get banking information and payment information, they're not going to do that. I mean, all the insurance companies have a process that's submitted, they review it, they approve it, and then at that point they have the information there to go ahead. Now you can cancel this insurance at any time. So if they...
So stop here for 2 seconds. I've already told them this once before. Here I'm going back over it again. The exact same story is being repeated. Each time I'm repeating that story, it's becoming a fact. It's helping them remove any type of doubt as well.
Anytime. So if we submitted the application and they approved it, you didn't want it for September 1st, you can call and cancel the insurance.
Yeah,
and then
I mean,
obviously
certainly can't accept the insurance until I even know I can get out of the other policy yet.
Right.
I'm going to stop the call right here. He said, I'm not going to accept the insurance if I can't get out of the other policy yet. Why was I going to argue and debate with him? I knew that he could come out of the policy. It had already been established. This right here was just him trying to find a way not to do it. He was trying to justify to himself why he wasn't going to move forward. This was a stall tactic. But I already realized that he could come off of the insurance. How did I know that? First of all, he was the only one on the insurance. He was well over the age of 65. He wasn't working for the company any longer. He just was able to keep the group insurance plan. So how do you get out of insurance in that type of a situation? You stop payment. You stop payment, that ends the insurance. So I knew he could come off of that plan without any issues, without any problems. But why am I going to sit here and debate something with somebody and get into an adversarial conversation for absolutely no reason? What that would have done at this point in the phone call, if I stopped him and said, no, you can get out of that insurance. All you have to do is stop this and I would have become adversarial, and that would have been ample thing for him to actually be able to weasel his way out of it. So I just agreed with him. Agree, because guess what? I knew he could come off of it. So why am I going to argue with him? Let him continue to believe that he might not be able to come off of it. See exactly how I handle that.
And I understand that, but obviously this process, I mean, there's no reason in going ahead and looking to try to see if you can get out of something if you're not quite sure if you can even get this in the first place. I mean, what we're doing right now is we're trying to make sure first and foremost that obviously you can get this. There's obviously a process that's involved. We've done all of our due diligence on our end of it to go ahead and make sure that, you know, you've answered all the questions correctly, the prescriptions are reported correctly to the carrier, then we submit the application, I give you a policy number, then tomorrow you get a phone call with Cigna themselves. At that point, they will go ahead and finalize it with their underwriter, who will pull a prescription report. So the medication you give me...
Wait a minute. Have I not already told him this? This is now the third time that I'm exactly saying the exact same thing. It's going to be submitted. They're going to pull a prescription report. The underwriter is going to review it. They're going to decide if this is what they want to do. I've said this to him now 3 times. So why have I done that? Because each time I'm going over it, I'm reaffirming something. But more importantly, guess what? He's thinking in his mind of a way to get out of this. So he might not have heard me the first time. He might not have heard me the second time. I'm hoping that he hears me the third time. So what's happened is this: either A, he's not listened to this is all brand new to him, even though I've said it 3 times, or B, he's heard it, and each time I've repeated it, it's now becoming a fact to him. He's already realizing that I have not deviated from where I was going with this conversation.
They'll be verified. They will pull a Medical Information Bureau history report to look at the Medical Information Bureau, and at that point they will make their final decision based on the application and what they found on their back end as well. Then is when the approval process comes in. So I mean, this is what's done thousands of times a day.
Well, I'm just not used to doing that on the phone with people, just on an application where I've not agreed to do anything yet. But tell me what you need.
Okay, the first thing, what bank or what financial institution are we talking about?
I guess it's...
So there you go, folks. That's how you overcome a stall or resistance like that. You should see the number right now of how many times I've said the word process. It's a magic word. Subliminally, it's telling him that in order for this to happen, this is the process. This is how you actually get what you want. I was very direct with him. I call it boldly respectful. I was very respectful of this individual. I was bold, but I was very, very respectful. And that showed that I was in control of the phone call. I wasn't stuttering. I knew exactly where I was going with this, but more importantly, I was listening very intently to every word that was coming out of his mouth, including him stuttering. So go back over this video and listen to it again. and listen to it again so that you can start picking up those little things in this phone call so that you can use this now to your benefit so that you can start picking up these little things in your phone calls as well. This is how you get better. This is how you become an absolute unstoppable sales rock star where you're able to close every single person that you talk to. Remember, I might not have gotten the bank information, but I was able to close him on me. So you always have to sell yourself, and as a sales rock star, always listen intently to everything that's going on in that phone call so that you're listening to provide suggestions on the problem versus the solution. Hope you enjoyed this. I've got many more coming that you'll be able to listen to. Go out there today and be an absolute sales rock star. Be boldly respectful, listen to people intently, and follow a process.